So good morning, ma'am. This is the report of Group 8. It's all about the digital trade and e-commerce. So we have here the objectives. So first objectives is to identify the digital trade and e-commerce. And second is to explain the rise of digital trade and its impact on global business operations. Third is to identify effective e-commerce strategies for expanding into international markets. Second is to examine the legal and regulatory challenges affecting global digital trade. And last is to assess how business can adapt to the evolving digital economy while maintaining compliance and competitiveness. So first is we need to identify the digital trade and e-commerce. So what is the digital trade in commerce? So digital trade refers to the buying and selling of goods and services that are delivered digitally through the internet. It includes not only online shopping but also cross-border digital services such as cloud computing, online education, streaming platform, digital payments, and data transfers. The e-commerce or electronic commerce is a part of digital trade and specifically refers to the buying and selling of goods and services online through website or mobile apps. So ano nga ba ang digital trade? So ang digital trade, ito ay ang palitan ng mga produkto, serbisyo, datos gamit ang internet o mga digital na plataforma kahit na magkaibang bansa ang nagbebenta nito o bumibili. So for example, nalaman natin ay ang Netflix at saka Spotify. Di ba bago tayo manood ng mga pelikula na nais natin panoorin sa Netflix, ay kailangan nating magbayad. Ganyan din sa Spotify, kailangan din natin magbayad. Yan po ang tinatawag na digital trade. So dumako tayo ngayon sa e-commerce. So ano nga ba ang e-commerce? So ang e-commerce, ito ay ang pagbibenta at pagbibili ng mga produkto o serbisyo sa pamamagitan ng internet gamit ang website o mobile apps. Ang halimbawa nito ay ang ating Lazada at saka Shopee. Di ba pag tayo ay bumibili ng nais nating bilhin ng mga produkto, di na natin kailangan pumunta sa iba pa or sa mga mall para mabibili natin ang nais nating bilhin dahil meron na po tayong nagamit na mobile apps gaya ng Lazada at saka Shopee. So, ganyan din sa ating pagbibenta ng mga produkto natin through online. Tayo ay gumagamit din ng Facebook para maibenta natin ang produkto na nais natin ibenta. So, yan yung e-commerce na pinatawag natin. So, we are here in the rise of digital trade and its impact on global business. Digital trade has grown rapidly because of the internet, smartphones, and online platforms. Today, as business can buy, sell, and deliver goods and services digitally from anywhere in the world. Sa madaling salita, ang digital trade ay nagbibigay daan para maging mas konektado ang mga negosyo sa buong mundo at mas madali ang kalakalan gamit ang teknolohiya. So just imagine nowadays, 'di ba, lahat ng mga nabibili natin mga produkto ay galing sa mga online shopping, Lazada or Shopee. Kaya nga nag-evolve ang ating teknolohiya. Mas napadali ang ating pagbibili or pagninegosyo dahil sa teknolohiya na ating ginagamit. At minsan din nagkakaroon tayo ng mga kaugnayan sa ibang bansa, like sa ating mga kinukuhang mga gamit o produkto sa kanila na binibili natin sa kanila. Kaya sobrang napakalaki ng impact ng teknolohiya sa atin.
I'm the reporter of the impact on global business. Companies can reach international customers without needing physical stores, and even small businesses can complete globally through online platforms. In short, digital trade has made global businesses faster, more connected, and more competitive. For example is gaya ng yung mga nagpo-post po sa Facebook, TikTok na mga kanilang binebenta gaya ng slimming coffee po. May mga foreign customers po tayo gaya ng mga OFW na nag-o-order ng mga product natin dito sa Pinas. Mas lumalaki ang demand dahil sa international exposure. Next is e-commerce strategy for international markets. E-commerce strategies are planned businesses used to sell successful in global markets. To succeed internationally, companies must adjust their online stores and marketing to fit different countries, cultures, languages, and preferences. To succeed in international markets, business use several e-commerce strategy. First is localization, helped by adapting website to local languages, currencies, and payment options. For this example is they translated their website into Tagalog, Arabic, Koreano upang maabot ang mga OFW at dayuhang customer. Gumagamit ng mga payment option gaya po ng GCash, Paymaya. And next is digital marketing through social media and online ads attract global customers. For the example naman is nagpo-post sa Facebook, TikTok, Instagram at nakikipag-collab sa mga kilalang OFW influencers sa mga Facebook at TikTok. Next is efficient logistics. Ensure fast and reliable shipping worldwide. For the example is nakikipag-partner sa LBC, DHL para sa mas mabilis na shipping sa mga bansa. Gaya ng LBC, pwede mo ito matrace kung nasaan ang iyong pinadala. Ilagay nyo lang po yung tracking number at matitrace nyo na po kung saan ang inyong pinapadala. Next is building customer trust through secure payments and good customer service keeps buyers satisfied and loyal. For the example is, nagbibigay sila ng secure na payment option, maayos na customer services, at pinapakita ang mga positive views. Dahil sa mga strategy, nakakaroon tayo ng mga loyal na customer mula sa iba't ibang bansa.
Legal regulatory challenges in digital trade. Digital trade allows businesses, consumers to buy and sell, exchange goods and services, and data online across border. However, it also creates legal and regulatory challenges because every country has its own rules and laws about how online trade should be done. So digital trade, like buy and sell sa mga exchange goods and services. Example siniyang online shopping like Lazada. May mga rules and laws sila nga dapat ginasunod in terms sa online payment transaction. Legal regulation digital trade, kinaprotektaan niya aton data privacy para maiwasan ang ginatawag na misuse or stolen. Cybersecurity also amo na siya ang legal regulatory challenges para ma-prevent ang online crimes, hacking at identity theft or scamming. Examples ng cybersecurity sa mga online transaction, always natin dapat kina-secured ang aton mga privacy para maiwasan yung sinasabi nila na online scamming at hindi natin dapat share sa iban ang aton data privacy. Sa intellectual property rights, amo ni siya ang example sa mga video, music, or mga software kaya hindi pwede makopyright sa mga ibang na tao kaya imo ni siya mga own property. Kaya may ginatawag nga no copyright infringement kaya bago nila i-copyright imo music or video, dapat mga sila sang imo nga permission. Taxation and trade rules. So sa mga businesses, in terms sa ilang pag-export or import sa mga products, bago nila i-export ilang products sa ibang mga country, may mga policies na need nila i-process kag ginakuan sila sa tax.
To assess how businesses can adapt to evolving digital economy while maintaining compliance and competitiveness. In today's fast-changing digital economy, businesses need to use technology to stay competitive while also following legal and ethical standards. To adapt, companies must embrace digital transformation. This means using tools like online platform, for example, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, where users can connect, share, and transact. Next is e-commerce website. For example, Lazada. They have an extensive logistic network with fulfillment centers across 17 Southeast Asian cities. And next cloud system. For example is software as a service. Salesforce is a CRM tool that helps businesses manage customers' relations and sales leads, and digital marketing to reach customers more effectively and improve efficiency. At the same time, businesses must maintain compliance by following laws related to the data privacy, cybersecurity, and online trade regulations in every country where they operate. This helps build customer trust and prevents legal problems. To stay competitive, companies should focus on innovations such as offering new digital products or improving customer service through automation and personalization. They should also invest in employee training so workers can handle new technologies effectively.